Vibrational greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We just went on Facebook Live and it shut down. I hope it doesn't happen again. I intend it doesn't happen again because this energy is very, very, very intense. It's so subtle, yet so intense. And it's just like the simplicity is the profound. So, thank you for joining us. And this will be recorded on YouTube. So if we happen to cut off, know that on YouTube, you're going to have a backup. Because I did give a message that I want to give again. If you don't get to hear it on here, please tune into YouTube and listen to even the one before it, because each message is just, it's tailored for that present moment. There's no studying this, there's no memorizing this, there's no writing it up and preparing, because actually when I do that, it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out the same. It's more ego. So when I just let it flow, it's spirit. Spirit serves the world, I serve spirit. So this is just a quick message before we start breathing. How do we truly serve the world? We serve spirit. Because in serving spirit, spirit takes care of everything. So we do our inner work and the collective will feel it, and this collective vibration, this collective level will unfold even on a greater level. So thank you, everyone. Let's let go of talking about awareness and let's align with awareness. So if everyone can close your eyes, if you're able to do so. If not, later on in the day, you can do it again. So let's just take a deep, cleansing, purifying, centering breath and align with the awareness that is. And let's exhale. And let's let go of thoughts, emotions, which are really mental reactions that are limiting us, that are causing us resistance, that are confusing us and distracting us and keeping us in bondage within consciousness because we are falling asleep to our truth. Let's let go of that. Let's breathe in. What is true? Life, energy, awareness, presence. Exhale. Feel yourself becoming more peace, aligning with peace. Feel yourself more relaxed. As the more relaxed you are, the more receptive you become. And let's just be still and enjoy the silence of this present moment for a moment. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. And all as one, ready to receive. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us on YouTube and on Instagram. This is a follow-up from yesterday's video, and I desire to follow the thread of what really came to me in the other video. But like I said, it's not going to come out exactly the same, but I'm going to use that as a guideline, as a direction. So we were talking about how sound reprograms energy, and is it worth it? Sound reprograms energy because it's a shock. It's like how trauma and excitement, and I really wish I would have said that on the other one, because that is what really is a really deep realization. If someone goes through a traumatic situation or a very fulfilling, exciting, happy moment of a memory, that will be a vivid memory in your consciousness, in your psyche, in the memory. It will be a strong point of reference, is what we like to call it, because trauma and I don't know, bliss, or like this blissful it's like a high intensity of a positive moment. And a traumatic moment is a very negative, destructive moment. Because I don't like to use the word positive and negative because it's so like misconceived. Because the positive and negative are really destructive and constructive energies. They're really the masculine and the feminine. But that's more when you sign up for our classes. Because to talk about that, I mean, we can be here for a long time. So, just like a very exciting, very blissful moment in a very traumatic moment programs a memory, a deep memory, a point of reference, then that's just like this. It shocks. It shocks the brain. Like, even if somebody claps behind you and you're not, let's just say you're just, you know, you're reading or you're just really calm or you're talking and all of a sudden somebody behind you goes, hey, whoa, I even felt it in my ear. Like, it's a shock. Well, that shock yesterday is a window of programming to reprogram consciousness, your relationship in life. And we talked about freedom. And the freedom that I speak about, which I'm not like lessening the freedom that we have, because just to have this conversation is a very, very huge step in freedom, because we are able to talk about this freely. We're not going to be hung, we're not going to be tortured, we're not going to be, you know, looked down upon, maybe in certain circles still, but I'm talking about the majority. It's a lot of freedom that we didn't have before. So, what is the freedom that I talk about? The freedom that I refer to is inner freedom. And this is what I desire to ask you. This inner freedom, is it worth forgetting this freedom? Because we get so distracted, we get so entertained with external freedom. And the thing about it is this: it takes more effort to remember your true freedom than to just take freedom for granted in the exterior. Because to know that I'm physical, it's so easy to remember I'm physical. There's so much evidence around me. But the reason why so many people, including myself, were so miserable and so depressed, because we were so confused. We were so numb to the truth of our being. And what is this truth that I'm talking about? It's this inner awareness. It's this relationship with yourself. And in the other video, I talk about relationship, and I hope I can touch on it. I intend to touch on it as I touched on it before. The relationship with life is like the relationship with awareness is like the relationship with our partners. And greetings to my partner, Alice. She's working right now, and she sends her love. And I'm here with my beautiful mother. She's right here beside me, and it's just a joy to have, you know, my mother here beside me. So that being said, when you have a partner, you gotta work for that relationship. Not to get them to see your value, but you gotta bring the value into the relationship. Because if you don't bring value into the relationship, then this relationship is going to depend on the value that you give them, and they're going to depend on the value that they get from you and you from them, vice versa. So it's just like the relationship with life. It's just like the relationship with our awareness, with the awareness. If we don't show up every day within ourselves, and we don't love ourselves, we don't appreciate ourselves, we don't value ourselves, then we're going to see a world that doesn't value us. We're going to see a world that doesn't love us. Because what you give to yourself is what you're going to get back. This is the concept of give more, get more. You give more to yourself, and therefore you can give more to the world, and you're going to get more from yourself, therefore you can get more from the world. There's something very deep that I just said. I desire for you guys to meditate on that. I desire for you guys to reflect on that. I desire to you guys to question that. Don't believe everything that I'm saying, because then you're just going to go with the brain. Question everything. Question me. Question life. Because the more you question, the more you let go of this limited concepts and ideas and beliefs, and you connect with the limitless within you. This is where the guide comes from. This is where the guru is, in the center of our being. Now I'm not talking about the physical heart. I'm talking about the center. But it is in that area of the heart. So, is it worth it, is my next question to you. Is it worth forgetting who you are Because it doesn't matter how much status you have, how much possessions you have, doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter what belief you have, it doesn't matter what status you have. I don't care if you're, excuse me, no disrespect, I don't care if you're the president of a country, the king of a country, I don't care if you're the peasant or the citizen of the country. It doesn't matter. We are all free. There is no requirement. There is no path that you need to take. You already are free. The thing about it is, are you remembering that you are free? Are you aligning with the freedom within you? Or are you forgetting? And that's why I said that today, especially this morning after all those shock waves, those were what fireworks are. They're shock waves on the neural pathways of the planet. So those neurons of the planet are starting to spark. And when you have a traumatic situation or a very exciting situation, your brain is so like in shock that it's like open to receive. It's just like we learn from a very painful situation. We learn from a very blissful situation. And here's what I desire to just inject. It doesn't matter if you're in a country, in a war-torn country, because people from the Holocaust, people from all these different experiences, those that connected within, they surpassed and they learned from those experiences. But those that judged and condemned and got upset were paralyzed by their experiences. So my question to you, are you being paralyzed by your experiences? Or are you learning from your experiences? Because every present moment is an opportunity to learn. Every present moment is an opportunity to align with the unfoldment of your being. So I'm not taking away from this freedom that we have, but I'm talking about a deeper freedom. Because here's how it works. Because I'm not saying to forget that you're human. I'm saying balance. I'm saying harmonize. Because, like I said, we're so easy to remember that we're physical. So we're on this side of the pendulum, right? But if we just think that we're just physical and we forget the very nature of our being, we forget that we're spirit, then we're going to give all this energy and we're going to fall asleep to our truth. And no matter what we do on the exterior, it's going to seem like it's a never-ending thirst. It's a never-ending hunger to align with our truth. So we're trying to earn our truth. We're trying to fight for our truth. We're trying to compare for each other of truths. We're trying to, or we continue to judge each other's truths. We continue to challenge each other's truth. Instead of coming back within ourselves individually, in aligning with our truth, remembering that we are spirit, and balancing that harmonic relationship, because we are spirit, but yet we are in this physical body. So we cannot let go of one or let go of the other, because if we're all over here, we're going to forget and be unbalanced in this physical world. People are going to say you're in the clouds. So you got to remember that you are both mind, body, and spirit. Meaning body and spirit, using the mind to harmonize both. That's the truth of the Trinity. Knowing that you are spirit, knowing that you are physical, but remembering that you are using the mind to experience either or, harmonizing that and experiencing the truth of who you are. So my question to you, is it worth it? Is it worth forgetting who you are? Because it doesn't matter how much you earn in this life. Trust me, I've done it, and I know a lot of people who, I mean, we experience this on a daily basis, and so many people are starting to wake up, and in coming to us as guides, which we are so grateful to serve, to remember the truth that they already know, but they've forgotten. See, we're not teaching nothing new. I have to use this word teacher in this physical reality, but we are reminders of you. The truth of you. Not the you that you think you are. Not the truth that you think you are, but the truth that is beyond the thought that you think you are. The awareness that cannot be spoken of. It can only be reminded through this, to connect with this, to align with the awareness of who you are. So my question to you, is it worth it? Because there's a lot who have woken up today who are hungover, who are angry because of maybe things that happened last night. And they're missing this window, which the greatest window is within. So that's always open. But what I'm saying is, there's an ease, if you align with this window, to align with that awareness. And that window is today. So take the time today to appreciate this refreshing feeling. And you can connect with this. In every moment, when you just stop, that's when you're using the brain, you're stopping, and you take a deep breath, that's still using the brain, and then you just let go, you exhale, and by exhaling and you let go, you start to align with the unfoldment that's always happening within you. And that the brain can't go there. That's why the silence is important. But yet again, I'm giving a class. So, sign up for our classes, and you will experience more of this truth. Because you are already experiencing the truth. It's just you don't know how to use this, so you forget the truth that is always happening. You're always aware. But what are you giving awareness to? To the confusion? To the entertainment? Or to the truth? To the unfoldment? To the beingness that's thinking that it's doing? Because you're not just doing, you're being. Remember, you are a spiritual being doing or having, enjoying this human experience, this limited human experience. The limitless is that spiritual being within you. And that's it. So my question to you, is it worth it? Is it worth it? If me asking you this question caused resistance, caused feeling like you're judged, feeling like I'm comparing myself to you, that's the brain. I desire for you to know this so you do not follow that communication. Because that's the freedom that I speak of. We are so enslaved, we are so bonded, in bondage by the thoughts that we physically, etherically possess, that we think that's who we are. But you're not free if that's the way you're thinking. Freedom is letting go of that and knowing you are not that. You are beyond that. So if that question caused you resistance, then I advise you, I recommend you to sign up for our classes. Because that is the resistance, that's your spirit telling you to seek guidance. Because if it caused you resistance, then follow. Not follow me or follow anyone, but follow your heart. And know that there's guides here to guide you, to remind you, to awaken yourself to the guru within you, to the master within you, to the teacher within you, to the reminder within you, to the genius within you, to the greatness within you, to the unfoldment within you, to the awareness within you. Thank you, everyone. And I'm glad that Instagram covered this whole thing. So go to Instagram to watch the whole thing. But sign up for our classes, register for our classes, sign up for the channel. Register. No, excuse me. I'm already shifting. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And a quick message, because this is what happened on social media earlier, and this thing cut off. So I desire to give a little quick message of micro-macro, meaning as above, so below, from within, so without. That's our greatest teacher. That alone will help you awaken. Remember that micro-macro. Everything that is in the small is in the great, and everything that is in the great is in the small. So we're all one. It's just the degree of the perspective, the degree of the belief, the degree of the alignment with that truth is the degree that you're going to experience. So, when we were recording with Facebook, when I was getting to that of, is it worth it? Facebook cut off. And that's because it's relying on a wireless connection. But the camera stayed on. And this is the micro-macro. Because I give this message that we want world peace. But we're not willing, and we're not taking responsibility, and we're not putting the effort, because it takes energy, it takes the will, it takes, very, very strong determination to take self-responsibility, to look within yourself. And this is the micro-macro. We want world peace, but we're not willing to go within the challenges that the brain gives us the illusion to go within and find that inner peace that's always there. This is that strong connection. And the world symbolizes the Wi-Fi because it has peer pressure. I had a class yesterday with peer pressure. Excuse me. I had a class yesterday with peer pressure with one of our great students. And peer pressure is this collective pressure. Doesn't want to awaken, but yet it does. The heart of the globe, of the world, desires to awaken. Nature wants us to awaken because it knows in awakening we'll align more and treat nature with more respect, more love, with more reverence, with more appreciation and unconditional love. Got a call. We'll awaken with more unconditional love, and therefore our relationship with nature will be more harmonious. So nature wants us to awaken, but the collective psyche, the collective thoughts, the collective beliefs of the globe, which is the dominating factor, unless we go within, we won't tune into to that, not lower as in less, but lower meaning within, which is really greater because it's stronger. So, and sign up for our classes if you want to know that. If you want to know more, sign up for our classes. So here's what I am sharing, because this is profound. Reflect and meditate on this, because this will awaken you to another level within you. You will awaken yourself. But question everything. Question even what you're hearing. Follow the heart. Feel the spirit, the soul that is speaking beyond me. Because that is what is, sharing, transmitting this message. I'm just the follower. I'm just the obedient servant. So, when the Wi-Fi cut off, it said signal cut off. Why did it do that? Because the signal that cut off is relying on the collective. And the collective is easier to be affected. We are electric, we are magnetic, we are electromagnetic. So we affect that. We affect electronics. Anybody that has a computer will tell you, when they get angry or when they get very excited, they affect their computer. Okay? So this is real. This is not just theory. This is real. Okay? So here's what I desire to just inject before concluding this message. That when I do this on a camera, it is connected to the wall being charged. It is its own little mechanism in there recording data, recording energy. Okay? So it's taking the data there. The data that the phone is taking is relying on how strong the signal is. But the electromagnetic energy, electric and magnetic, affects that. So when it affects that and the message is going to another level, it's just like when we, in ourselves, think that we're not good enough, think that we're not deserving enough, think that we're not worthy enough. Somebody comes and tells us how worthy we are, how valuable we are, we will reject it because the current belief does not accept it. So the current belief of the collective doesn't want to accept it. But we push forward, we follow through, we keep going, and we're breaking that collective to receive it because it's going to be put on YouTube. It's going to continue. So that's why we say follow us on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, because that's where you're going to get the essence, the more connected transmission. This is more on wireless, which I'm glad Instagram is still going because, we follow through. So the collective is receiving it. So, in conclusion, we want world peace. It's no different than when the phone shut off earlier. We have to struggle in the external. We gotta fight. We gotta argue. We gotta struggle. We gotta compare. We gotta judge. We gotta control. These are all the methods of the old paradigms. But really, that's a method that has served its purpose, but it's an old paradigm. The ancient paradigm which is the greatest paradigm, is we do all individually our inner work, and we propel, we project, we inject more of this awareness, and that is how we will manifest world peace. Not talking about it, not studying about it, not yelling about it. And no disrespect if you do that. But if you do this inner work, and then you do that, meaning not fighting for it, but speaking about it, then you'll be heard more on a deeper level because you're being more authentic within yourself. So, we want world peace. We want freedom. We already have freedom. We already have peace. We got to remember that peace so we can inject it to the world. Think about what I just said. Reflect on it, meditate on it, and question it. Question it. Ask how this is true. Ask why this is true. And ask if this is true. And ask yourself, is it worth it? Is what you're doing worth what you desire to experience? Because if it is, keep doing what you're doing. If it isn't, if it's not through us, find a guide. But I know what I know, that I don't know anything, but I know to a level that this is very important that the collective knows. The classes that we give, the videos that we share, the transmission that I serve, the spirit to awaken more and more. Because this is all I dedicate myself to. This is all I dedicate myself to. And this is what I love doing. And I desire for all of humanity to love doing what they do. To live and love life. Because I sure do. Do you? And if you don't, you can. And you are. Because don't believe what the brain is telling you. Connect to the heart. Connect to the center of your being. And you will enjoy more of what you already have been enjoying, but you've been confused on how to enjoy it. How to realize what you're enjoying. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get the latest and greatest and never miss a beat from Samadhi. And sign up for our classes. So, enjoy your freedom. Blessings to you all. Namaste.